Hi everyone, this is Grax, and this is me doing a proper blog update, which is going to be the first time in about a month. Now, I know I haven't been doing this blogging thing for a while, but I do have a good excuse, because during the month of August I've had no internet connection, so I've not been able to make updates, which doesn't explain why I was able to do a couple of entries, even video entries. But another excuse I can come up with is I've had no internet connection, really, in my new house, since the first week of September, so I could have said something, even just typing something down. But enough about excuses. I'm here to tell you what's been going on with my life right now. So, for all those people who are interested in my opinions about something, you might want to wait until the next one. But for those who are interested in what I've got to say about what I've been doing, listen on. The newest thing that's happened in my life right now is I've moved into my new house, or flat. Now, the last place I was in wasn't very good at all. It was cramped and not much fun to be in at all, as I've blogged about before. However, this new place is actually really fun. It's quite new looking, it's all been redecorated, which is great, it's nice and spacious, and on a side note, it's a flat which is right above a betting shop, and it's next door to a McDonald's. Now you think, this is every fat kid's dream, to live next door to McDonald's. But I can take it or leave it. And we get the hum of McDonald's over yonder. Now I have to say, I wish it stayed as a pub, to be honest. But it didn't do very well, and it's been like our business for a couple of months until McDonald's took it over. The more you know. But it doesn't really matter, because the place I'm living in is really good. It's really spacious. Rent is quite reasonable. And I'm currently living with 2 girls. And I have to say about these girls, 3 words. They are fun, they are silly, and they're very, very charming. They make me feel like to be a really lucky guy to be living around them. So that's a good times moment for me. The other thing that's happened to me quite recently is I went to the Reading Festival. Now I only went for the Sunday event because that was the day which had the most interesting bands for me. Stuff like Tenacious D, Pendulum, Metallica, and etc, etc. I was going to be seeing my friend who had a weekend ticket, but he had some personal issues, so he decided not to go. In the end, it was just me on my own going to Reading Festival. And this was interesting. I've never been to a festival on my own before, and it was fun. I had a weird sense of freedom, being able to just go between tents and bands and sing different things which I wouldn't be able to see on my own. And I wouldn't be seeing all mine. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, you do. It was fun not to be able to have to worry about what the other person was thinking about. And I had a lot of fun at the festival. Interestingly enough, the best band playing there were not Metallica, who were headlining. I mean, yes, they were great, obviously, and they had technically sounding brilliant. But that was it. It felt too processed. It felt too easy, you know? And I didn't feel compelled to watch them towards the very end, because I managed to get quite close to them. I saw James and the crew. I didn't feel the need to stay the rest. No, the most interesting bands were Pendulum, which was actually fantastic, but they should have had a bigger stage, because everyone was cramming into the small stage they had. When I say these people, I'm not kidding. Look! There's loads of them! And Tenacious D, because it was like watching a musical, and I'm looking forward to their new album, which I'll be releasing sometime next year, I'm guessing. So that, again, was a good time for me. However, it's not all good news. Recently, my car is buggered. Now, it's had a long-run niggling injury with the exhaust, where it would be making one of those loud exhausting noises. But the trouble is, it wouldn't go for very far because there's a hole in the exhaust. Well, finally, last week, that niggling injury caught up a bit, and it just wouldn't go fast anymore. Even to the point where flooring it would not cause the vehicle to accelerate, it actually decelerated. And I got it fixed in the mechanic, but it cost me a big wad of cash, up to nearly £600. So I'm not doing anything fun for the next month or so. So, and the other annoying thing is, the malfunction indicator lights come on in my car. I've got a Nissan Primera, and it doesn't tell you anything. It always says in the instruction manuals to go to your Nissan dealer and make them sort it out. Why didn't they see that when they were fixing my exhaust? Surely, if if they were testing things around, they go, I know, I'll let this customer know that there is something else wrong and he can choose to fix it or not. But no, completely ignore. That's the thing I don't like a mechanic. I just don't like about the mechanics. They got me by the balls, and I have no choice but to listen to them and do what they say. And it costs me money! Anyway, that was a bad time for me. But it's not all bad news, the fact that I'm completely broke. I got a subscription to one of these various DVD rental postage schemes where you hire out some DVDs, you return it in the post as long as you can pay a monthly subscription. And I've been watching a lot of films recently, so I feel like maybe I can do some sort of quick video review of all the films I've watched, which is something I'm going to do later on. So that is a good times. Another thing that's happened to me is I attended my 10-year high school reunion. Now, I attended a high school reunion last year, which I had only 8 or 9 people turn up. And I thought this year, since it's been 10 years, make it a big event. Go back to your old hometown, unite everyone in that year, or dozens of them, and see exactly what's going on with their lives, and compare it with my own. Because really, the only reason I wanted to do that was because I was being nosy. So, organised everything through Facebook, months in advance, and when it came to the big day, only one person turned up. No, I should tell a lie. 3 people turned up, but 2 of them turned up towards the very, very end of the evening. But that's alright, I'm not sore or bitter or anything about it. I just basically had a little tour of my old hometown with my good friend who was with me at the time, making videos and such of how things have changed. A Ben & Jerry's dispenser! Now you too can have no hassle of human interaction of buying your Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Isn't that crazy? And the more things have changed, the more things stay the same. And trespassing in your old house is funny, basically, especially when you get caught. And hello. And I just came back from Oxford, and I just figured that you know, do a bit of catching up and whatnot. So there you go. This is what happens when you trespass. So there's a mixture of good times and bad times. Lastly, before I go, I just want to say thank you for all the various people leaving comments on my videos on YouTube. And I guess a big thank you for T2 Darlington for actually leaving video responses. By the way, everyone else, if you want to feel the urge to leave a video response, by all means. And I do read every single comment I get. Even the bad comments, the negative comments, or even the ones that just don't really mean anything. I still read them, and I do appreciate feedback, so thank you very much. So that's a bit of a good times. And that's pretty much everything I got to say for now, including that burp. So, yeah, I'll think about other things I can blog about and keep you up to date as soon as possible. And hell, I even come up with an opinion for you to either agree with or disregard to the winds, as you've been doing so much. So, till then.